Hey, what's up, everyone? Hope you're here with me. It said a second ago that there was a connection issue. Let's see. Let's give people a second to join. All right. Let's see. Hopefully, it's working on Twitter. Let me see. All right. Let's give people a chance to join. Let me see. Let me make sure it's. I hope it's streaming on Twitter because last time. Okay, it is this time. All right. Last time it was supposed to be and it wasn't, so glad it's working this time on Twitter. All right. So people are joining us. Thank you guys for joining. All right, here we go. Just giving people a second to join. Hope you guys can hear me. I'm still trying out different settings with my audio. What's up, guys? What's up, Lloyd? Hope you guys can hear me okay. Every time I'm trying out like different settings with the microphone, and so when there's not someone else to talk to, it's hard to know how the audio is because I can't, like, I'm just hoping that you guys can hear me okay. Thank you, Jeremiah, for tweeting a link. I appreciate that. Thank you guys for joining us so far. I'm just giving people a chance to continue to join. I see you guys in the chat. Awesome. Nice to see you guys. Hoping you're having a good week so far. Hope you guys are doing good. All right. Audio is awesome. Oh, good. Okay, good. I'm going to have to remember the settings I used on it then. You guys are not picking up like muffling, right? Because audio is perfect. Oh, great. Okay, good. Good to know. I turned on a fan in the room next to me so that way it can kind of like muffle my kids playing. So I'm hoping it's not like muffling the audio for me too. Audio is good. Mic placement makes a difference. It does. And that's the hard thing about like if I'm just talking by myself without someone else with me, it's hard to know how the audio is until like you guys join, you know what I mean? So, okay, I think Anthony from ACS should be here in a little bit. So he'll be joining us pretty soon, but all right, let's go ahead and start getting let's go ahead and start saying hello to people in the chat now that some more people are watching and joining the stream. Here we go. Yep, here we go. All right, hi, hi Vivek Shah. Nice to see you. Thanks, Lloyd. Nice to see you too. I'm doing good. Hope you're doing good as well. It was a busy day, but I really wanted to do a live stream tonight, so I did my best to make the time for it. Thank you, Jeremiah, for tweeting a link. What's up, Anthony? Nice to see you. Can hear, yay! You made it this time. Awesome. I'm glad you made it during a live stream. Cool. All right. What's up, Mario? Nice to see you. Familiar faces. Okay. What's up, Terrence? Hope you're doing well. Thanks for being here. Audio's good. Oh, Superman shirt. Oh, thank you. I bought this when BVS came out. This is the shirt I bought to go, you know, when we watched it, this is the shirt I was wearing the first time I saw it in theaters. So, you know, has some special meaning, I guess, to it. Thank you, Terrence. I'm glad you like the shirt. Let's see. Do I have a Batman shirt? I don't. I have Superman, Wonder Woman. I have my Snyderverse shirt, which I'll also. Oh, hey, what happened to my screen I was going to share? It went away. I don't have a Batman shirt, but my husband does, and I wear his sometimes. Does that count? Does that count? What's up, Amanda? Nice to see you. Another familiar name. I would say familiar face, but you don't have an avatar, so. A room for Avery. Yes, this is my son's room, and then right here next to me is my daughter's room. They have their initials on their door that they painted themselves. That tea certainly got spilled yesterday. Hoping even half of it comes true, and I'll be happy. Yes, we are going to get into that. Taylor from Lightcast podcast, who's also going to be on the Four Nerds tonight. he's spilling all the tea last night on Lightcast, so we want to get into that. I'm always here to support. It's almost time. Yes, thank you, Bob, for your support. It is almost time for that countdown. And then I see some of you are posting some questions already in the chat, but we'll get to them shortly. Okay, I just want to say hi first to everyone who has like greetings in the chat. Let's see, movie file. How's it going? My first time tuning in live. Awesome. Thank you so much for tuning in. Hope you enjoy it. Thank you for being with us tonight. There's a lot to talk about. No Batman shirt. I know. I have Superman and Wonder Woman, and well, outside of DC, I have Thor. Well, I said my husband. I wear his sometimes. I hope that counts. Same thing. All right. So before we get started, Anthony from ACS Universe will probably be here shortly. Before we get started, I just want to remind you guys that the link to my merch is in the description if you are interested. All right. Couple different designs there, some Super Hive logo designs, my Zack Snyder quote, that's a fucking hard fact shirt, Snyderverse designs, Hive Tribe, and of course the latest one is the For Dark Side designs. So you still have a couple days to get 15% off with code HIVE at checkout. You still have a couple days to do that, to get that discount. Worldwide shipping is available as well, so keep that in mind. Again, the link is in the description of this video for my merch, okay, if you want to check that out. The frame looks awesome. Hello, sunshine, and it's morning here. Oh, thank you. I'm glad you like the frame. Yeah, it has some pictures on there. And good morning to you where you are. For me, it's the evening. All right, so yeah, merch. Thank you to anyone who has purchased merch. I appreciate that support very much. I really, really do. So I appreciate all the support for my channel, though. I really do. I appreciate subscribers, anyone who's been able to, support my channel in any way. I appreciate it. It's grown a lot over the past few months. And so I hope you guys know that the support does not go unnoticed. I try to reply to people in the comment section of videos and stuff like that. So I hope you guys realize that I do appreciate all the support. All right. Let me tell these kids to go back to the living room. Yeah. All right. They're transitioning toys to the living room. I definitely want to get some merch. Thank you. I appreciate it. The link's in the description. There's no pressure. If and when you are ready, you go ahead and do that. There's no pressure. I just always want to remind people that it's there. And, if there's any new designs, I always want to share those with you guys too. So let's see if they show up. Oh, thank you for the hearts, Jacob. Thank you for the comment. Let's see. Mechagodzilla is the doomsday of. I guess that's the popular theory right now. I guess we'll see. I don't know. The trailer is kind of like leaning towards the idea that something is like bothering Godzilla, or something is like pushing him to behave the way he is, and they don't know what it is. So we'll see what that ends up being. Do I have to pay to get some of your merch? Pay like on the channel? No, you only pay for the item that for the items that you purchase. Okay, you don't have to be like, I don't have like a membership on my YouTube channel. I'm not sure if that's what you're asking, but no, you only pay for the items that you purchase. Okay. All right. Have you seen my comment? Let's see, Lucas. Did I miss your comment? Let's go back up. Sometimes, let's see, where did it go? Where is it? I don't know where I don't see it. You're going to have to retype it for me in the chat, Lucas. I'm sorry about that. Let's see. What are you excited to see from the Snyder Cut? I get this question a lot, and I'm just excited to see. Yeah, I'm gonna get to yours in just a second, Snyder Steppenwolf. I'm excited to see everything the way Zack originally intended it, and so that's everything. Like everything that we don't even know we're gonna see. I'm excited to see. I can't wait to see Superman come back the way he's supposed to, and I'm just excited to see everything not be dumbed down and watered down and turned into jokes and laughs, and that's all perfectly fine in a movie, but you know, when it's forced and it wasn't what Zack intended, no. Um, I just can't wait to see everything the way Zack intended it, and even more now that he got to shoot additional stuff. Let's see. My kids are fighting crime in the background. They're getting ready. Yeah, they are getting ready. They're playing with some Hot Wheel tracks over there. Let's see. All right, Snyder, Steppenwolf. I hope that Zack does not reveal big stuff in the trailer. Hopefully, it's just a simple trailer. Yeah, well, we are assuming though that the first trailer was, it was definitely like for the fans. It was directly for the fans. Showing stuff that he's shared over the years, and there wasn't really any dialogue until the end. So, it's expected that this next trailer is going to be more for the general audience, and to kind of like give a more clear idea of what this is, that it's not just a director's cut of what we got in 2017. So I also hope there's not a big reveal either that we don't already know about. I don't think they'll spoil anything major, hopefully. You see the sneak peek of WandaVision episode tomorrow. I haven't been watching like sneak peeks, I've just been watching the episodes. But hopefully, it seems like after this last one, they should start picking up the pace a little bit. I meant like pay with money on your merch website. Yes, the merch is not free. The merch is not free, but you just pay for the items that you are purchasing. And again, you can get 15% off if you use code HIVE for the next couple days. But I can run promotions anytime, so I do them pretty often. Hi, Angelica. I hope I said that right. I don't ever know how I say your name right, but thanks for being here, and I hope I say it again. Let's see. Okay. Well, before Anthony's about to join us, but before I bring him on, I just want to remind everyone. Well, actually, good news. We were able to pass, I think, the $50,000 goal for the Autumn Snyder Tribute Fund. The link is always in the description of my videos, including this one. If you, it's already passed. So Zack had posted, amazing. Thank you for making this happen. You are the real heroes. So, still continuing to do that as well. That is really the important, thing behind. Of course, we are excited for the movie, but, that's what Zack really appreciates even more than the support for his movie. So let's go ahead and bring Anthony from ACS Universe.
Hey, what's up?
Oh, shoot. I did it again. I didn't even put my headphones in.
Oh, snap. What's good, everybody in the chat?
Let me see if I can hear you.
Okay.
No, I can't. I did it again.
Sometimes you have to change your audio.
Let me change my microphone. Can you say something?
What's up?
Nope. Okay. Now?
What's up? Still can't get me. Oh, snap. What's good, chat? I see him.
I can't hear you. What the heck?
Hold on.
Try again.
What's up?
Okay. I'm probably going to have to plug them into the other part of my computer. That's probably why. Let me put my microphone down for a second. Sorry, guys. I gotta be able to hear. All right. Let's see. Let me change the settings again. Okay. Got you. All right.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I thought it
Okay.
would. I have two. I have a couple different like where places where I can plug them in, but for
Mm-hmm.
some reason it only wants to work on one of them. So I guess that's why. But how are you doing? Thanks for joining us.
Yes, you're welcome. It's good to be here. I'm doing great. How
I
about
like your
yourself?
shirt.
Yeah, thanks. I got some of that merch.
Awesome, awesome. Thank you. We appreciate it. So still just going through saying hi to people,
Okay.
saying hi to people joining. Of course, Taylor Murphy is going to. We've been. I mean, big things. Big.
Yeah.
Lots of tea was spilled last night on Lightcast, and so
Yeah.
Taylor, I'm sure, will continue his
Continue his
yeah
his
on Four
barrage.
Nerds tonight.
Yeah.
I I'm not surprised that he gets angry emails.
No, not surprised at all, dude.
Like I'm not surprised. I mean, he keeps at it. He keeps at it. I
Yeah.
guess he's not to. It's not to the point where people are like, "We're gonna sue you."
Yeah, for putting stuff out there.
Mhm.
And last night's show, I mean, it was probably confusing to a lot of people. That's why the way Dawson put it out there earlier
Right.
was that, were you confused or whatever? I was a little bit confused in some of the stuff. Plus, I kept having to like bounce for like a minute or two, and I'd
Yeah.
come back to it, and I'd sit back down and listen. I'm like, yo, what are they talking about now? Yo, wait a minute. When I left, you were talking about this. Now you're talking about that. Like, what's really good? So yeah.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to tonight's show.
Yeah. It was a lot. I was only able to catch like the end of it last night, kind of.
Mm-hmm.
So then I went back and like watched it today from the beginning,
Yeah.
and I mean, it took me like half the day to watch it because I had to keep pausing it so I would like miss stuff and like.
Yeah.
But there was definitely a lot of information in there.
Lots.
A lot, yeah. Yeah, I will try to convince him one of these days to come on. Um, he one day he heard me like someone asked about it, and he heard me. He was like, "I heard you talking about me in there," and I was like, "He's like, I'm not," because I said that the reason he doesn't come on is like because he's like kind of camera shy, but he's like, "I'm not camera shy." He's like, "I said from the beginning, this is like I want this to be your thing." I'm like, "Okay, but just know people ask." People are
Yeah.
like, "Are you sure you have a husband?" And I'm like, "Well, just because you don't, I mean, well, yeah,
Yeah.
because you don't see him, like, you know." He's like, it's kind of like I want it to be your thing, but like, we'll see sometime. We'll see. He
And
gives me a lot of like the ideas that I had. I mean, anytime I mention something that I'm like, "Oh, I never even thought about that,"
yeah.
it's usually because he brings something to my attention, and I'm like, "Oh, I'm gonna mention that." You
Joey
know?
was good. What do you say?
Yeah,
Wait, what happened on Lightcast? Yeah, you just
yeah,
gonna
a
you have to watch
lot, a
it.
lot, a lot. I'm probably gonna forget a lot of stuff too.
Yeah.
Do you think Snyder Cut will get an IMAX release? Well, Zack's
Yeah.
pushing for it.
Yeah. I think eventually it will.
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna be like right when it comes out on HBO Max.
No, I
But
think because that tease they put out yesterday morning, a lot of people were messaging me like because I retweeted, they were just like, "Yo, oh man, no Zack Snyder's Justice League." I'm like, probably not gonna because they only focused on the movies that are legit coming out in theaters and on HBO Max the same day.
yes,
So, and that
yes,
one is I don't think it is, but so
no,
yeah, that's where the focus was for that like a minute and a half HBO Max thing where
yeah,
it showed a little bit more Suicide Squad, Mortal Kombat.
right. Yeah, I think it will eventually have. Um, I mean, he's shown, going to the IMAX headquarters and he's shooting it in IMAX. And I mean, they've tweeted or whatever saying that they're looking forward to his next project and stuff. So
Yeah,
I think they're working towards that, but I don't think it's going to be like as soon as some people might want it to be.
yeah,
Plus, it is being marketed as like an HBO Max original, exclusively on HBO Max. So I think they kind of want to keep it there for a little while before they like move it to theaters. But again, putting stuff in theaters like is a whole nother process.
yeah,
So
it
it's
is.
not gonna. Yeah, it's not gonna. I wasn't surprised that they didn't show it in that preview that you're talking about because they can't market it as being in this same day release thing.
Hmm.
They can't market it that way. So yeah, I wasn't surprised, but I think eventually it will. I think eventually it will for sure.
I hope
Um,
so.
Yeah.
I do want to see it in IMAX because it's going to be
Yeah.
fire.
Yeah. And I mean, like, just watching it even on, like, if you have a decent sized TV at home, like, it's
Yeah.
going to be insane seeing it in IMAX ratio and, like,
Mm-hmm.
you know,
It is.
yeah, it's going to be awesome. So, all right. I know there's a bunch of people still in the chat. Like, I can't keep up with all of it, but
Yes,
if,
it can get hard.
yeah, if I just go strictly by what's in the chat, we'll never really get to like the topics.
Yeah.
But I do see you guys in the chat, and I'm not trying to like skip over people. I know
What up,
sometimes people,
chat?
I know, yeah, I know sometimes people will be like, "Did you see my question? Did you see?" I'm like, yeah, I do, but I can't get to like every single, you know,
Yeah, I think they
thing.
understand it. They've been in a lot of
Yeah,
chats.
yeah, and we appreciate you guys being here for sure.
Yeah.
So we have some people happy to see you,
What's good, Anthony?
and some people sharing your
Yo, some more on that Sunday night for sure. For
yeah.
sure. The show's gonna be wild Sunday, man. It is. It is.
For sure. So yes, okay. To get into Lightcast podcast last night. I mean, we can't cover every single thing we talked
No.
about. There's just some important highlights that were probably
And I missed some stuff just
surprising.
because
Yeah,
I couldn't like stay with it the entire time.
right.
Snyder Cut was good.
Yeah. Someone asked if I was streaming on Periscope too. I should be on Twitter as well. Last night it didn't work, but I'm pretty sure I saw it on my. It should be also streaming on Twitter too. I hope it's working. Last time it didn't for some reason. Yeah, it is. Okay. All right. So yes, it should be on there also, and as well as the channel. So, um, okay. So I don't even know where to start. I mean, I I guess we could start by Zack Snyder's Justice League. People are kind of freaking out or like getting impatient that marketing hasn't really like blown up,
Mm-hmm.
and like there was we don't know when the trailer's coming yet, and he was kind of just saying like calm down, it's coming. Like I mean, my
Yeah.
thing is too, even though 'cause some people are like, well, Zach said, the beginning of the year and whatever. Yeah, but we're still in the beginning of the year.
Yeah. Yeah. We're
you
still
know,
pretty early in 2021. Yes.
yeah,
And I think it's supposed to kick off next month. So I would be
yeah.
looking around. As a matter of fact, we're doing some stuff on World's Finest this Sunday, like giveaways and shit, just because it's like close. And Sunday just happens. We do our show every other week, and it just happened to have fallen on the 31st. And
Yeah.
so we fully expect like stuff to kick off Monday, I guess. It'd be February 1st, and they said it started February. So if it does, we're probably gonna watch the original trailer. Yeah, see, there you go. There's that trending of it that's popping off on Sunday as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
So primary hashtag Zack Snyder Justice League. So yeah, I mean, obviously we'll all be putting that out there all day Sunday. I said, do not worry. Yeah, your account may get locked for. Yeah, that is right there. Don't use the same wordings in every tweet. But yeah, so with that happening, and then our show is going to be at like 9 Sunday night. So like, that's going to be. We're going to watch the trailer and do a bunch of other things on there that are Zack Snyder's Justice League centric. As we prepare for February and whatever they have to offer us,
Yeah. Yeah, like I was saying, I didn't expect, just because Zach said like the beginning of the year, I wasn't expecting really anything to happen much in January, because Wonder Woman 84 barely came out at the end of December.
Yeah.
So it's like it's barely been a little bit past a month since it's released. They're not gonna, I mean, just even out of respect for that movie, they're not gonna like try to overshadow it by it's January, we gotta, Zack Snyder's Justice League. No. Even though even that's why I appreciated Zach. He did share a couple images of the movie, but it was of her, of Wonder Woman. So he still didn't try to take away from her movie or her character. So I know people are getting impatient, but February's coming.
And honestly, there's still 3 days left in this month, so there's especially because I mean, Zach had planned to do something fan related when we broke $50,000 on the Auto Starter Fund, and we did that like late last night.
Yesterday,
yeah. So who knows? Who knows what Still 3 days left this month, so there's full opportunities for Zach to just blow us away with something, just as small as like a screenshot or a anything, you know what I mean? So like there's still time this month, so like everybody chill. But I fully expect once February starts for that stuff to like get crazy.
Yeah. No, you're not late, Luke. That's okay. We're just really starting to get into specific topics. So thanks for being here. Yeah, I mean, again, I wasn't expecting really anything in January. Give Wonder Woman 84 its time. It just left HBO Max a couple days ago.
Yeah.
So, it's going to be there. At least we know it's coming in March. So the movie itself isn't far away. So don't worry. There's going to be marketing for it,
Mad Matt Vids was good, man.
Okay, Lucas, I'm sorry. I know I keep missing your question in the chat because the chat keeps being added to and it's hard to keep up.
Yeah.
So go ahead and type your question like right now.
It was good. Just yes, Joey, we hit that $500,000.
What's up, Matt? Yes. Yeah, it's going every time. People are continuing to keep awareness for it, and just even those of us who keep the links in our videos and stuff like that. We don't ever know that who's using that. So, but yes, just to go back to the January 31st trending event. Hashtags Zack Snyder's Justice League. Just a few things people want to keep in mind. The point is to, let the world know that the movie is totally different from the theatrical cut. So have your tweets kind of describe that somehow. We will not use the hashtag after the 29th of January, so tomorrow. So I'm guessing that means between like tomorrow and the 31st, we're not supposed to be using the hashtag. I kind of misunderstood that.
This is a must do for a while. We will not use the hashtag after 29 January. Wait a minute. That's
yeah. I was a little bit.
Maybe it's before 20.
I was a little confused by that because I don't know if it was supposed to be before or if it's supposed to mean between the 29th and the 31st. Don't use it until the 31st. I don't know.
I don't get that.
I'm not sure about that one, but remember the primary hashtag Zack Snyder's Justice League, and like make sure there's not typos and stuff like that. And then do not use the same wordings in every tweet. You might get lost spam tweeting. So don't copy and paste, like try to switch it up a little bit, have some variety in your tweet. And then, hold on just a second, Lucas. Do not start until the event starts. We do this together. All right. So
yes, people, check if you are. Mine just saved in my text thing, so like it's just if
that's how mine is.
If you use Twitter suggestions, make sure it's correct because I saw the Snyder Cut. I've seen it all, man. As many of these like hashtag events as I've been a part of, I've seen it so many times where it just gets it just gets you check if you use Twitter suggestions, make sure it's correct before you click on it. That's all I got to say about that.
And it is a long like hashtag, so you kind of have to pay attention to it's easy to misspell Snyder.
Joey just threw that in here. That was one of the ones that was on there I saw today, where they spelled league without a U.
Even things like that. So just because it is a long hashtag too, you gotta have to pay attention. Okay, Lucas, I finally got your question. Sorry.
Okay.
Will the Riddler, the Penguin, and Scarecrow be in the Snyder Cut? I don't think so.
No, I don't think so.
Absolutely not. That would be way too much.
Yeah.
Even in a 4-hour cut, no.
That's crazy.
The Batman is supposed to have a few villains, so maybe I guess we'll see them in there. I think the Riddler is going to end up being pretty important. So, but not in Zack Snyder's Justice League. Marketing is going to come. Even the shirts and stuff that are dropping, that's part of marketing as well.
Yeah.
So it is coming, and there is I trust Zack that he said there's going to be a countdown to the trailer. So I don't think they're just going to drop it as a surprise. Like we should know. I'm sure they're going to be sharing like little clips and stuff leading up to the teaser. The trailer. Yeah.
And there's just since you said, Lewis, we are ready for a countdown to justice, dude.
Yes. So it is coming, and I'm sure they're just I'm sure it's probably pretty much ready to go. But wait,
yeah. Dude, I wonder if that line's even in it though. That's crazy.
I know some things are hard for me to tell.
I asked the question before, like, oh, it's been so long. I was like, yo, this was before it was even announced. I think it was Meg. She was on the show one time, and I was like, I wonder if there's going to be something that we see that we were so sure was fucking Josh Whedon, but it's not, bro. And I'm be like, hopefully, if that happens, it's not anything that's like ridiculous. In other words,
right.
Which I don't have a problem with this exploding wind-up penguins line. That much,
No.
you know what I'm saying? I remember when I first heard it, I was like, oh, it's at least that leads you to believe
reference.
Yeah.
Like it gives you. I don't mind that one.
Yeah.
One from Alfred that I don't think is Zack is when he's like, "This is the team," and he's smiling. I don't find that being Zack at all.
He's like, no. He's like, this wasn't the plan, and he's like, no, sir, this is the team.
Yeah. And it's just like they're so forcing it, like smile, 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 and it's like, oh my god, yeah, I don't find that. Do you think Steppenwolf will be in a history lesson fighting along with Euxis? Also, do you guys think that original Doomsday will be in the history lesson? This keeps coming up.
I don't know. I don't think Steppenwolf, but maybe Doomsday, that would be fire. But yeah, I don't know.
Some people seem to think that like Euxis has or Darkseid has the original Doomsday because Zack has put it out there that he's still somewhere out in the universe, but I don't know if that necessarily means he's. I don't know. I mean, I don't know what else. I don't know. I really have no idea. When people ask me that, I'm like, I do not know. Like, I don't even have a theory on that one way or the other. I don't think
Steppenwolf's going to be there. I don't think so. But speaking of Darkseid, Grace said trailer out next week. Well, hopefully so. Speaking of like, because the shirts, the promotional shirts for Zack Snyder's Justice League with Darkseid on him, he looks a lot differently than he does at the beginning of Zack Snyder's trailer. Like the teaser, he has on some armor, and he's not like shirtless like he is in that one. So. I mean, why would they put those images out there on the shirts with him having the shoulder stuff on and everything?
Full-blown Darkseid.
Yes, if we're not going to see that at some point in the movie. So I wouldn't be surprised if it's not. But yeah, I noticed that on the shirts. I was like, that's not the same one from the trailer. So we'll see what we see. Yeah,
I think he's gonna be like. I think that's how he's. I think that's very similar to how he's gonna look in the movie, as full-blown Darkseid. Like I think that's a good indication of how he will look. In this cut, oh wait, dang it! I tried to click on it. I clicked on the wrong one.
Joey, Joey, I love Joey.
Do you think Darkseid will open Zack Snyder's Justice League narrating the events, BVS death of Superman? Now free to. That would be interesting.
Yeah, dude, that would.
I do. I mean, of course, like. I mean, Zack has made it pretty obvious that, like, we're now going to see Superman's death from a different point of view, kind of like how we saw the events of Man of Steel and BBS from a different point of view. Yeah, so I am interested to hear. I mean, I don't know.
Hey, that's a really good one, Anthony. That's a really good one.
Because, well, they said that his, like, when Superman yells, that's what, like, wakes the mother boxes or whatever.
Yeah.
So, but I don't know if there's gonna be narration with it though. Was "I am rich" line that Bruce said to Barry a Snyder line or Jeff Johns?
Yo, when I saw that,
I've never known about that one. I'm not sure.
I'm not either, but like I like that line though. Like when the moment it happens, like the first time you heard it was in that trailer, and I thought, yo, it was clever and it was funny, and like it in the way he said it, like the way Bruce said it, it just made sense. If it's not in there, cool. But if it is, I mean. It says is it Jeff John? It could have been, man.
No, I'm not 100% sure.
Like, and maybe some people out there do know, because I think I've heard somebody talk about that before, that maybe it was a Jeff Johns line. To me, it was a good line though. Like it made sense where it happened.
Yeah, I don't feel like it was like out of place just to try to make you laugh, like the whole brunch bull crap.
Because you wouldn't get it unless you were like a hardcore like comic book fan. Like that's the only way that made, you know what I'm saying? Like a casual moviegoer would probably be like, oh, ha, ha, ha. But like for us who like actually read some shit, you'd be like, yo, that makes a lot of sense, because we know he doesn't have any powers, and we know that.
And he just found out he's the Batman, so he's like, you know, maybe he doesn't know everything Batman can do, but I mean,
he does. Somebody put the GIF up earlier with the the two berries when his haircut's different and
Oh,
yeah,
it's so bad. It's
yeah,
so bad. It's so obvious.
yeah, it is.
But that, I mean, I'm not sure if I was kind of thinking that was Zack because it's like in a really early trailer.
It's the first. Well, it's not. It's the first one.
Yeah. So I mean, I guess it could still be Jeff Johns, but like,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I
Yeah,
didn't mind it though. Like, it
I've
didn't really
heard
bother me or anything.
I've heard a lot of that first trailer was still some of that stuff was still some things.
Tampered.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Well,
The
plus, I
Bronx
mean,
haircut. Yeah, that's what it is. That's it.
plus, plus Zach said that there was a lot of stuff that he was happy to get rid of that he shot because, you know, just to appease the studio.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, there could be stuff that we saw in earlier trailers that, oh, we know it's Zack because it was from a long time ago that he shot it, but it might have been stuff he didn't really want to shoot. He just shot it because he's trying to please the studio
Yeah.
for certain things. Yeah. I hear you can talk to fish. I don't know. I don't know.
I think that one's. I think that one's.
I think I would lean more towards that one being a Jeff Johns line than the I'm Rich one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that one is.
Yeah. But again, Taylor Murphy on Lightcast podcast last night also brought up Green Lantern was a big part of their discussion around Zack Snyder's Justice League, and he's kind of putting it out there that according to what he knows, there's not going to be a human Green Lantern in the movie.
Yeah.
So,
which is I caught some of that, but like I said, I was in and out so much that when you come back, it would be, and I would literally walk out of this room for 2 minutes and come back, and the conversation would switch so much. I'd be like, what is going on right now? Like, what are you guys talking about? And I didn't have a chance today to go back and watch the entire thing. So yeah. But I did hear them say something about that, or maybe there was some. I don't know, man. I'm sure that's going to be one of the prime questions that we ask tonight because I didn't get most of that, and I think Andre might have watched a bunch of it, but yeah, it was confusing, man. It was confusing.
Yeah, he was kind of saying that that it was a pretty big portion of their conversation. Like they stuck on that topic for a while, just because. I mean, to me, I don't think it's something that we're gonna know with 100% certainty until we actually see the movie.
We see the movie, yeah.
Exactly. I think it's just there's been so much speculation about it, and like people are so wanting it that like I don't know. It's a big conversation. He was saying that. You know, every time people ask like Zack about Hal Jordan, he kind of says like he's somewhere else. He's not, you know. Yeah. That his plan was not to have Hal Jordan as the like Green Lantern in this movie, but that Hal Jordan is already experienced and seasoned, and that he's like not on Earth at the time.
Yeah.
And that he wanted to introduce John Stewart as the Green Lantern. And so, but they weren't able to get around to casting someone as that character, so that he wasn't able to use him in the movie. And I don't know, there was some kind of problem with like the studio didn't want him to use. I don't know. It was a lot.
The notes thing, yeah. I heard him talking about Zack Snyder getting notes from the studio about.
Yes,
Green Lantern
can you change this? Can you still change that? It's just like no, like leave me alone. Leave me alone.
Snyder he says if he has a good one that I think Zack might just be he is pretty coy when he talks about stuff. So at least when he says it publicly. I don't know about conversation he has with other people like behind closed doors and stuff, but he is pretty coy. So I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if he's just messing with everybody, and you know, we'll find out in a couple months.
Yeah, I really think it's not going to be something we're 100% certain about until we watch it. Sam Benjamin is not Green Lantern. I know. I'm so convinced that he was too.
Yeah.
But even then, Dave from Film Junkie was saying he's probably not either. He might just have a role in like the military who are guarding the ship. And I mean, they messed up so bad on the reshoots that like there's big things that they totally like just didn't even pay attention to. Like for instance, speaking of that, they have to disguise themselves as military just to get into the ship. But then like when Superman comes back in the theatrical cut, they're like nowhere around. Like you don't think they would be like doing something?
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
I mean, that's why it's like in the trailer and stuff, it makes sense that there's like tanks and stuff that Cyborg is protecting people from. Like they're there to protect
Oh
the
yeah,
ship.
yeah.
Like there's military around protecting it. There's no way that all of a sudden like all of these these like super beings are like fighting and the military is not doing anything. Like
Nope.
they're there at the ship. So I
They're
don't know.
just waiting with the big guns.
I yeah, I know.
Yeah. That's ridiculous.
So annoying. But I mean, um,
I'll still be fired up.
yeah. I mean, either way, even if he's not like Green Lantern or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
I'm just like I'm happy for him that he gets to see his character in the movie because I know it was a big deal for him and he was like super excited about it.
Yeah.
And so
Whoever his character is, yeah.
yeah, I'm just gonna be happy that he gets his character. So
Yeah.
yeah, but there is gonna be a Green Lantern in the history lesson, and we might see like other Green Lanterns, but you know, there might not be a human Green Lantern in this movie.
Lois, I wish. You don't know how much.
And he also was saying, speaking of Ryan Reynolds, that that was never really a thing. I wasn't totally convinced by that.
What he said that it wasn't a thing.
Yeah, that there was never that Ryan Reynolds was never really going to be in the movie.
I didn't even hear that part of the. You talking about Lightcast? They said that on Lightcast.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't hear that part. I'm sure they mentioned though. You can't have a long Green Lantern conversation when you're talking about Zack Snyder's Justice League without saying anything about Ryan Reynolds. He's inevitably going to come up in the conversation.
Yeah, because people want to know was he really in talks to like show up in the movie, which I don't really know how he would fit in. Like I don't mind him. It's just like I couldn't really picture how he would fit in with Zack's movie.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I don't see the two going together.
And Joey, yes, I am Calvin Ellis. Zack Snyder. Me up, bro.
Star Sapphire? I have never heard anything about that character. I don't even know if I'm familiar with that character, to be honest.
Oh man, who is she? Somebody put it in the chat.
Sounds familiar. The name sounds familiar, but
it's Oh, is that
the
Major Ferris?
Captain. Yeah, is that her? Okay, that's who I was wondering because I know I've seen it speculated before that she's supposed to be someone eventually.
Yeah.
Or like it's there that it like
Carol Ferris.
Put it out there. Yeah, there you go.
Which was her name? Carol?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Something Ferris. Yeah.
Yeah.
Carol. Yeah. Snyder said. No Star Sapphire. Well, I mean,
just
because people have certain names doesn't mean. I mean, not everything can be in this movie.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, so it's
you never know. I mean. Maybe Zack had plans for her. That's why he put her in Man of Steel and BVS, and obviously probably this one as well. So we'll see.
Yeah. I mean, like he said, like he's kind of like planting little seeds that can lead somewhere eventually. Kind of like Ryan Choi. We're not going to actually see him as like
Adam
character,
yeah.
but he's there.
Yeah.
You know. So that's why I was thinking, I had always kind of had the feeling that even if someone does show up with like a name Green Lantern, like, oh, there's a John Stewart or there's a Hal Jordan or someone has that name, I was never really expecting to see them like suited up as a Green Lantern.
Yeah, no, yeah.
You know, I just felt like it would kind of be, it'd be hard to put all of that into this movie. Like, I don't expect to see a Lantern at the final battle, in my opinion.
No, I don't.
There was that thing that came out a long time ago that there were lanterns. There was supposed to be a credit scene that these lanterns went to wake Bruce up in the middle of the night or whatever to tell him about Darkseid. I don't know if that is true or not, but I don't know. Martian Manhunter. At least we know that's happening.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know how long we're going to see him as Martian Manhunter, but it's going to be awesome. Yeah.
Trying to look.
Yeah. And then he was also talking about the AR cut moving forward, which at first I wasn't too convinced of that, but when David Ayer shared that quick little clip of the Joker,
that
kind of made me change my mind because he had said that he was like, he didn't even have like access to the movie. before. Like once he wasn't able to like really do anything with it. So when he shared that, I was kind of like, okay, maybe they are working on it. Maybe it is coming sometime. Yeah, I did like that part too when she's all
that was
googly-eyed with Man of Steel, Superman. Thanks, Joey, for stopping by. Before you have to go to work. Thank you for joining in the conversation. Thank you so much. So, I mean, also with Green Lantern, like I wouldn't be surprised if it's someone. I mean, Zack has kind of followed the pattern besides Ben Affleck of getting actors that are not huge name actors.
Yeah.
Until they are now, but they weren't at the time. So I think probably he would follow suit with whatever Green Lantern he chose to go with. I don't think that there would be.
He's saying you star sign. you wish, right? You fucking too. Put me in the movies, Zach. I want to be fucking John.
Thank you, Nia Sevens, for the super chat. I appreciate it. Do you think Zack Snyder's Justice League trailer will drop this Sunday during the hashtag? No. She did say there'd be something, but I don't think it's going to be the trailer. Because there's supposed to be a countdown to the trailer. So I don't think they're just going to... I mean, unless they've changed things, but he said that. So I don't think they're going to... I think they'll want a little bit of a build-up to the trailer being released. Yeah, Kilowog and Tormar Ray were supposed to be... Yeah. However, now that Zack said there's not going to be credit scenes...
Yeah.
It would have to put that into the movie somehow. Unless it's part of I know there's like an epilogue. He kind of tends to do that instead of credit scenes.
Yeah.
So maybe that would be part of an epilogue or something. Same with the Deathstroke and Lex Luthor scene that was originally a credit scene in the theatrical version. Now that there's not going to be a credit scene, that has to be placed into the regular, runtime. He was also, speaking of Deathstroke, saying that Ben Affleck's Ben Affleck's Batman thing should be, moving forward as well. That he's being very particular about who he wants.
I did hear him say something about that. Yeah.
Yeah. And that it should include, a Deathstroke history and, include Joker and all of that. A pre-diamond teeth Joker, pre-tattoo Joker, getting the death of Robin and
that'd be pretty fire.
All of that, what happened at Wayne Manor.
I think we would all appreciate that.
Yeah. And that it's supposedly going to be 8 episodes, an hour each. I mean, that's a lot. But it's not, some people are probably well, it's not going to, like he said, people are telling him, well, it's not announced. Well, obviously.
Yeah.
Of course that's not going to be announced right now.
No.
No, but.
They obviously, we've always, they still want to see how successful.
Yes.
Zack Snyder's Justice League is going to be before they just start throwing money at people for stuff. Yeah,
exactly. And he was saying if, it continues to go down the road of happening, they probably wouldn't even start really doing production until next year.
Yeah.
After the Flash movie and stuff like that. So, kind of all would work together, and that there's going to be talk, him and Catwoman were married. Matt Damon for Robin.
Bro, Matt Damon too old, man.
Yeah, he can't be
I don't think he's in that
young
shape
enough to be Ben Affleck's son, or who he considers to be a son.
Yeah.
I know they're besties and all, but
I forgot about that aspect of it for just a second. No.
Yeah.
He also said younger.
Yeah, that Lex would probably be involved, or that they've talked to Jesse Eisenberg about it to see if he's interested. I liked him as Lex.
Oh yeah. Jesse Eisenberg was fire.
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't get the Riddler voice that some people were.
So I don't trust Kevin Smith, but if we get the Green Lantern, what Kevin Smith? What
Kevin Smith? Yeah.
I know he said something a week ago, but I thought he was talking about
The movie?
No, he was talking about the Batman series thing.
Oh,
Like on
okay.
yeah. He said
I'm not sure
he
I
made some
know.
comments on it. Yeah.
Okay. What's up?
He's like, I can't say nothing, but what I'm hearing is whatever.
Oh, okay. Yeah. John, I have seen that as a pretty common fan cast. John David Washington for John Stewart. Yeah, I could get behind that. I can get
Yeah.
behind
I
that.
think the actors I've heard names thrown up, obviously big ones, Idris Elba, John David Washington, stuff.
Right.
Like some of the lower ones, like, oh man, I can't remember what show the dude comes from. But like most of the names I'm hearing would all be fire
Yeah.
in the role. Like it's you know, the Kilowatts. Oh, okay,
Yeah.
cool.
Kilowog scene. Oh, okay.
Super. Messi Heisenberg is. Why has it got to be sex to third with the?
I don't know what that is, and I don't know if I want to know.
Yeah. Oh man.
Speaking of Joker, I just want to kind of talk about something real quick that.
Okay.
Oh shoot, my bad. Freak, Jared Leto. Jared Leto has been talking a lot about his time with Zack Snyder.
Mhm.
Okay. Even though he's only going to have a few minutes of screen time, it's like pretty cool to see how like appreciative he is.
Yeah, dude, several times. I've seen him say it at least 3 times in 3 different interviews. Because he's doing press right now for that the Denzel movie, The Little Things. Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
Yeah, so he's doing press right now for it and like doing interviews. So like, and obviously every interviewer is taking the opportunity to ask him about his coming back for those extra scenes on Zack Snyder's Justice League. So like, and he's giving him high praise, man. I like to hear that.
Yeah, I would ask him too.
Yeah.
He said, I love Zack Snyder, and from the early days and onward, he's a maverick, ruthlessly committed to his actors and his vision. I'm excited to see where he takes this. I really just think so highly of him, and it's a whirlwind. It's a whirlwind being part of these things. First of all, you're lucky to ever step into these or suits or spandex or whatever it is that you have.
Yeah.
It's really fun to reinvent and explore. That's a really fun challenge. I like that a lot. So, I mean, I can understand him being like pretty, appreciative about it, even if it's only like a few minutes of extra footage, because of kind of just his character being pretty like axed in Suicide Squad.
Yeah.
So, and I mean, I agree. I'm excited to see where Zack Snyder takes it too.
Yeah.
His take on.
I think it's going to be fine. I can't wait to see that. Whatever the dynamic is in that scene, like I think he's probably going to be insane because he was insane in Suicide Squad. So I think that's going to be a huge part of like whatever he's doing there. So yeah, good point on the animated series. Oh, that's what it was. That's what Kevin Smith was talking about. Them having a new Batman, the animated series.
Oh, the animated. Okay, that's what everyone's saying. Yeah.
Yeah. That's what he was talking about. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I see that.
And Kevin Smith was like, from what I'm being told, that is happening. So that's fire.
Well, I mean, it was just a popular show, so
yeah. As far as comic book and basic animation in general, animated shows, Batman the animated series is like the gold standard. Like it's so high up there, and it was so well made, written well. It introduced us to Harley Quinn. Like it's just a good, it's a great series, and so hopefully if they come out with a new one, they can like meet up to those standards, because that's, dude, it's such a good, like a good series in animation.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure people will be excited for it if it's on par with the original series. But I know you have your own stuff to get ready for.
Yes, I do.
Probably some other things to take care of. So thank you so much for joining us, and thank you for giving us, it's always fun conversation having you on. So thanks.
It's fun to have you. It's fun to be here, and it's fun when you come on my channel too. So I'm sure you'll be back there soon. And I appreciate you having me on.
Absolutely.
And
All right.
I'll be in touch. I'm gonna go get with my 4 nerds brothers, and we're gonna get ready for the show. And
Yes,
Tune
guys.
in. Who knows what else he's dropping? Who knows?
Yes.
So,
Yeah. Seriously, he's gonna be like, I'm dropping the trailer.
so well, everybody in the chat, man, I appreciate you guys' love. We'll be in touch. Y'all watch Four Nerds here in about 30 minutes or so. And
Yeah.
I'll see you later, Allie.
All right.
Peace.
Bye. Have a good
Bye.
show. All right. So, yeah, going back to Jared Leto, I can't wait to see him come back in Zack Snyder's Justice League. It was totally a surprise for me, and like Anthony was saying, he's been doing a lot of press and interviews and stuff for his movie with Denzel Washington. The Little Things comes out tomorrow on HBO Max and in theaters. So he's been doing a lot of press for it, and it's, of course, like Anthony said, people are going to ask him about Zack Snyder's Justice League since we know that he is going to be in the movie. And so, I mean, like I said, I would ask him too, and it's awesome to see him give so much, praise to Zack and appreciate and be interested in see where he's going with his character, and that he would like to go beyond Zack Snyder's Justice League with Joker. So I'm definitely here for it for sure. Another thing from Lightcast last night was just to touch on really quick. Godzilla vs. Kong got moved again to the 31st now instead of the 26th of March. So some people I know were kind of all thinking that it's you know because of Zack Snyder's Justice League, and I could imagine that it might have something to do with that, but it's also because Legendary and Warner Brothers had to work something out where they're both satisfied, because Legendary wasn't happy about um, the fact that Warner Brothers is doing this dual release thing all year. And also that they found out that Warner Brothers turned down a $250 million deal with Netflix to sell them the movie. And so, yes, it will be March 31st, Godzilla vs. Kong in theaters and on HBO Max same day. So I think that's probably a good thing, especially for Zack Snyder's Justice League. We still don't know if it's going to be early March or when. Grace Randolph and Taylor Murphy from Cultured Nerd are both saying, like the 18th, the 25th is being thrown around, the 18th. Those two dates are seeming to come up a lot, so it might be somewhere around there. Jared Leto looks like Joker in The Little Things. Yeah, he kind of reminded me of how, like, a similar way we might see him. Of course, he's going to look like the Joker in Zack Snyder's Justice League, but he is going to have long hair. And I think also the fact that he plays like a crazy psycho character, I think that kind of also gives us those same vibes that we might see in Zack Snyder's Justice League. I bet it looks amazing too. I can't wait to see it. I hope that for me is one thing I hope does not get spoiled, like, at all, or leaked, or I don't think they'll put it in the trailer. My husband was saying it might be interesting to, like, hear his laugh, or, like, something like that. But I really hope, like, his look doesn't get spoiled, whether it's via a leak or something like that, because that to me is something that we should not see until the movie comes out. I think it should come out March 18th to 20th on Snyder. It very well may. I think it's the 18th again. Is being thrown around a lot. So I wonder how long the nightmare scene will be for. Well, it's definitely going to be longer, and well, I shouldn't say longer because we didn't get a nightmare scene in the theatrical version, but I think there's going to be more than one. I don't think it's just going to be one. I think Cyborg is going to have a nightmare vision. And then I think we're also going to see an epilogue of a nightmare world, like a time jump. Do you think we will find out who was in the empty pod? I hope. That has been a very popular point of interest ever since Man of Steel, pretty much. And Zack said that the League is going to see that open pod when they're taking Superman's body into the chip. And so, excuse me, I'm sure they're going to wonder, like, there's an open pod. Where is this Kryptonian? Sorry, guys, had to take a drink of water real quick. Let's see. I'm gonna see. Go back up and see if I missed something. James Franco for Hal Jordan. Well, I do love James Franco, but I don't know if I could picture him as Hal Jordan, as a Green Lantern. I mean, I don't know. Sometimes it's hard to picture certain actors as specific characters, but then you see it and you're like, oh, okay, I could get behind that. But he's not one that would come to my mind. I just need a release date so I can take a vacation. We will have the release date very, very soon because they have to attach it to the trailer. So, you know. And another thing Taylor Murphy was bringing up, the fact that it was taken off of like Google Play. Remember, recently you could add it to your wish list on Google Play. It was removed, but I don't, like he said, don't worry, it will be back there. There wasn't a release date with it. They didn't have like, we're gonna have a new poster, so I'm sure they're gonna put a new poster. They want to have a release date with it. It is going to be back on Google Play, so I'm not worried about that. I don't think we need to worry about that at all. I think it was on there for a reason. They probably wanted to get some feedback, see how many people really are interested in it. Maybe people that also don't have HBO Max. Like, I think they just wanted to get a feel for the demand beyond HBO Max and stuff like that. So I'm not worried about that. So, I'm not worried about that. It will be back on there, and I totally have confidence in that. Just how much Darkseid do you think will be in Zack Snyder's Justice League? I don't really know. We know we're going to have him in the history lesson as Euxis, but I think on my last stream, someone pointed out, or one of my other live streams, that we could possibly see him in a Nightmare vision as Darkseid, which would make sense because, I mean, that's when the Earth has been taken. That's when he's taken over the Earth, right? So it would make sense if we see him in that way, which I think would be pretty cool because that would give us a little bit more screen time with him as like complete Darkseid. Of course, we know the end, like that Zack shared a long time ago, where the League is looking up at him in a boom tube after they defeat Steppenwolf. We should see him there. But it would be cool. I'm glad someone brought that to my attention because I never really thought of it that way. Like, I'm always just thinking of him, like, seeing him on Apocalypse or BoomTube or something, and besides the history lesson. But it would make sense. It would be pretty cool to see him in a Nightmare sequence. For sure. What if the trailer drops tomorrow? No. Again, there's supposed to be some build-up and anticipation for it and a countdown. I don't think it's just going to drop out of nowhere. I really don't. I really don't. Not that I would complain, but I think, they want to have like some build-up for the trailer. Seeing Nightmare Bruce talking to a bearded Barry, half a cyborg hooked up to a car battery, and Joker will be so awesome. Yeah, it is going to be pretty crazy to see like that world, seeing them in that alternate reality. Probably going to watch it like 30 times. Yeah. That's another thing Taylor Murphy was saying is like HBO Max, like they need to really understand that their servers, like they need to, I don't know what they need to do, but they need to like amp it up or optimize it somehow, because I would not be surprised if the servers crash when the movie is released. Well, when Wonder Woman 84 came out, I saw it in theaters opening day, and then I watched it like again like a day or two later on HBO Max. But I didn't know that when it dropped on HBO Max, when it was released, that the servers crashed for like 20 minutes. I didn't know that. So if that happened with Wonder Woman 84, I definitely expect it to happen with Zack Snyder's Justice League. So I hope they realize they need to like be on that. They need to be on top of that. What's up, Alejandro? Nice to see you. Thanks for joining in the live stream. If you're just joining us, Anthony from ACS Universe just left the stream a few minutes ago because he gets to go prepare for the Four Nerds. The Four Nerds show. They're going to have Taylor Murphy from Cultured Nerd / Lightcast podcast on there tonight. We're just kind of talking about some of the stuff that he mentioned on the Lightcast show last night. Lucas, I'm not sure how to say your last name. How are you doing? Thank you. I appreciate your support. Thank you for being here. And I'm glad you like my content. So thank you so much. Should we worry about what now? Should we worry about what? Um, and I also do have confidence that Ben Affleck's Batman project will happen on HBO Max as well. And I'm going to be excited to see it as a series because that gives a lot more room for like the history of Deathstroke and the history with Joker and Robin. Like, oh, it's going to be. I hope they just keep pushing it forward because we need that. Are you hyped for Superman and Lois? I talked about it on my last live stream. I wouldn't say that I'm hyped for it. But I had mixed feelings about the trailer just because, well, just as some background on um, my feelings towards like my opinion on Tyler Hoechlin as Superman. I was not a big fan of his Superman on the CW. Like I only, of course, really only saw him on like Supergirl and the crossovers. I wasn't crazy about how they portrayed him as Superman. Thanks, McLevin. It's always nice to see you. Thank you so much. Is the podcast still up? It should be. I watched it. I caught a little bit of it last night and then I rewatched it today, so it should still be on their channel. I watched it today. But going back to Superman and Lois, it's a poor man's Man of Steel. Yeah, that was what I was upset with, kind of in a way, is that like I was totally not expecting them to go that route. Like it really has Man of Steel vibes to it. Like the coloring, the tone, the suit, his suit got a major upgrade at least. It was really bad before. I was not expecting them to go that route, like at all. And so when I saw it, I was like, okay, the reason I was kind of like annoyed by it is because I was like, well, they couldn't they didn't support Zack Snyder when he got, they got backlash for the tone and his suit and the coloring and the music and everything, so it's like I was surprised that they went that route with the series, because they didn't support Zack in that way. They wanted to like start changing things when they got backlash for it. So I was surprised they went that way with it. I'm gonna watch it because it looks better than I expected, but I still like am not 100% excited about Tyler Hoechlin being Superman. But I am gonna watch it because it did catch me off guard. It looks better than I expected, but I would have been more excited about it had the studio been supportive of Zack and his vision from the beginning. I'd be more excited about it. But I am gonna watch it. I'm gonna give it a chance. I am. Live action Batman. I think Jacob is referring to if the Ben Affleck Batman series continues to if it happens, which I have confidence that it will, as long as Ben Affleck doesn't get a bunch of like trouble with the studio. And so I think doing it on Taylor's even worse than Brandon. I didn't mind Brandon Routh. I just think that his movie was not good. Like, it wasn't necessarily him as Superman that wasn't great. It was the story. It was Lex Luthor's, plan. It was just everything about it. It was not a good movie, in my opinion. Like, it could have been so much better. I don't mind him as Superman. I think I get a lot. Compared to Tyler Hoechlin, I get more Superman feels from Brandon Routh than Tyler Hoechlin. Tyler Hoechlin, I think, is fine as an actor. I just don't really see Superman when I look at him. Let's see. What's your favorite movie soundtrack? Mine is Super Carla. Man of Steel and BVS have my favorite scores for sure. And I cannot wait to hear the new one in Zack Snyder's Justice League from Junkie XL. Thank you so much, Alejandro, for the super chat. You are too kind. Thank you so much. Finally caught you live. Great show. Hive Tribe all day. I'm glad that's kind of catching on. Yes. Oh, you're using like all my stuff. Yeah, gold. I've started to use that one too. When I see something I like on Twitter. So thank you so much, Alejandro. Thank you for your support on the channel. Thank you for the super chat. It means a lot. Really does. Thank you. Let's see. Oh, interesting. You taught me something. Cool. Really cool. He also mentioned that the BVS, we know that they're remastering BVS and IMAX and like, fixing coloring and stuff like that too. He mentioned that according to what Taylor Murphy knows, it should be available on like hard copy in 4K, and that it should be on HBO Max before Justice League comes out. Well, Zack said when he shared that he was remastering it, he said it would be before Justice League, so that shouldn't be far away either. I'm really excited to see Zack's restored version of Wonder Woman fight in the Old Bailey in London. Yeah, I'm excited for it too. Like I said before, I said lots of times, I did not mind Wonder Woman 84. It wasn't a terrible movie to me. But there were problems with it, but it wasn't terrible in my opinion. Like, but I am definitely excited to see Zack's interpretation of Wonder Woman coming back to the DCEU for sure. Definitely. Forgot about BVS Remaster. I know, I almost forgot about it too until someone asked. He took a question about it on the live stream last night. Will my 4K digital copy get updated? I'm not sure. I think it should. I think that I don't see why not if they're remastering it, but I'm not 100% sure how that works with digital. I don't see why it wouldn't, though. I don't see why it wouldn't. The plane scene in Superman Returns is perfection. I think that is probably one of the better parts of that movie. Compared to, like, since there's not a whole lot of action in that movie, is one of the better parts for it. Let's see. Superman and Lois has at least 2 legacies to live up to: Lois and Clark, The Adventures of Superman, and Smallville. See, I liked Smallville a lot, and so I also really liked Tom Welling as well. He wasn't technically Superman, but he was Clark, as like kind of growing into that Superman character. So when does that come out again? It comes out February, I want to say 23rd, and it's going to be a 2-hour event. I know it's February. I might be wrong on the 23rd, but I think it is. I think it's the 23rd, and it's going to be a 2-hour premiere event for Superman and Lois. It looks like it's going to have a pretty decent budget, especially compared to maybe some of the other CW shows. It looks like they kicked it up a notch for that show with budget, which for a Superman show, they should be willing to put more money into it. Even if it is on the CW. James Gunn said the Suicide Squad is fully shot in IMAX. Well, that's cool. I'm not super excited for Suicide Squad. I'm gonna watch it, but I'm not like super excited for it. But if it's shot in IMAX, it's cool. Movies, it's cool because some people think you get it like you get less, but you still get the wide shot and you get top and bottom. So that's why it's cool. When we see like side by side shots of like before and after IMAX, you can really see how much more you get. It's on January 31st. What's on January 31st? Superman and Lois? I don't think it's until February. Let me see. I thought it was until February. Oops. Hold on. I could be wrong, but I thought it wasn't until February. Because the 31st is a Sunday, and I don't think... Yeah, February 23rd is the release date for Superman and Lois. Snyder Steppenwolf, did you see my question? Let's see. Oh, here we go. Okay. Like I said, Jeff Johns is undercover Snyder lover. He's always copying him. Yes, I get that feeling too. I get the feeling from Jeff Johns that he gets jealous, like that there's a fan base for what Zack Snyder does, and that it's not like Zack Snyder gets praised by us fans for what he does, but like it's not, Jeff Johns isn't getting the praise for those things. You know what I mean? So it's weird how like I get those same things that like he doesn't want Zack Snyder to be able to do certain things in the movie universe, but that he'll turn around and like use them in TV shows, um, in series. And I totally get that too. Like, so he can get, like the praise for it because he knows people like it. That Zack Snyder fans like it, and it's totally wrong. I don't like it at all. Um, I do have to get on them sometimes. Because they'll just go wild if I don't. Let's see. Will there have to be Justice League team in Superman and Lois? I don't know. I don't know. I have no idea if they're going to include other characters. I mean, the Flash show is still going on. Supergirl was ended. I guess that doesn't mean that she can't come back for like a cameo or something. Um, I don't know. Well, we also know. What's his name? John Diggle. He got a lantern ring at the end of the Arrow series when that series ended. So I'm not sure. I haven't thought about that. It's an interesting question, though. Let's see. How much of Iris West should we expect in Zack Snyder's Justice League? Well, probably not a whole lot, but I mean, at least we know we're getting the scene, that epic scene that was in one of the early trailers, and that was obviously cut from the movie when Barry saves her from the accident, the car, and everything. Um, Beyond that, I'm not sure. I think maybe we'll see some interaction between her and Barry, but I don't think we'll get a whole lot of her on screen. But I'm happy that she will at least have her character in the movie, and we'll get to see that awesome scene where he saves her. So, um, let's see. Nobody cared about the Flash TV show. Yeah, I mean, I liked the first 3 seasons of The Flash, especially the first 2 seasons the most. But then after season 3, it really went downhill for me. And I even went back and like caught up on them. I stopped watching them like as they aired, and then I would just go like um, catch up on them on like Netflix or whatever. But they really started going downhill for me. Like the past like season or 2, I was just like, oh, like some things get dragged down way too long. The villains are like not as good as they were in the first couple seasons at all. And I understand that the first few seasons there were all speedster villains, right? Um, I mean, I appreciate that they've kept Reverse Flash throughout the whole series, and that it wasn't just like, oh well, they defeated him in season 1, and so no, they have to keep him around. He's important, and they're not going to get rid of what's his name, the guy who plays Wells. I know his name. The guy who plays Wells. They're not going to get rid of him, so they have to keep him around. But uh, I I don't know. I know they kind of wanted. I get that they kind of wanted to get away from like speedster villains, but it just didn't really work, in my opinion. Like I don't know, it started really going downhill. And then for a long time I was just watching like the crossovers only, just to see what they were doing with the crossover episodes. Supergirl, I only watched like maybe a couple seasons, like maybe the first 2 seasons, and then I was just watching the crossover episodes. Um, and that's when I was like, I did not like the way Superman was in those episodes because he was just too useless. They didn't make him do anything epic, and I get that they wanted to like amp up Supergirl's power, but come on. How epic do you think the Soup's resurrection will be? I think it will be pretty epic. Um, I think it will be a lot. I think there's a lot to it that we just don't know, which we shouldn't know. I think that's another thing that should not be spoiled in any way before the movie comes out. Um, because it's just too important. It's too important for it to be spoiled, and I don't think Zack is really going to like say much about it for the resurrection scene. But I do think it's going to be awesome. Let's see. Do you think we'll see another Flash and Flashpoint besides Barry? Huh. I never thought about that. Besides Reverse Flash, of course. You mean like Wally West, Jay Garrick, maybe Tom Cavanaugh? Yes, thank you. I knew it was Tom something. Thank you. I don't know. That is a good question. I didn't even think about that. Besides Reverse Flash, very interesting. Very interesting. Maybe, possibly. I wish someone would have asked Zack about the "I won't betray them" to excuse me to Lois deleted scenes and dialogue for the Man of Steel trailers. Oh, I forgot about that. Totally forgot about that from stuff from the trailers. Interesting. I don't know what that could have been for. Let's see. What was the Lightcast tea? It was a lot. He was talking about the Ayer cut. He was talking about Ben Affleck Batman series moving forward. He was also talking about an interesting interaction that we might see in Zack Snyder's Justice League with Joker and Steppenwolf, which I totally did not even like cross my mind. Thanks for joining us. Nice to see you. Yeah, he was talking about a lot. We kind of covered a lot of it earlier in the show, especially when Anthony from ACS Universe was here with us. He is going to be Taylor Murphy is going to be on their show right now in a few minutes on the Four Nerds, so he probably will give some more information, or he might go over some of the stuff that he talked about last night on Lightcast. Let's see. Will we see Perry White and Jenny in Zack Snyder's Justice League? Well, if we see if we see the Daily Planet, I don't see why not. But I don't know. Yeah, it was good. Oh, whoops! I clicked on the wrong one. I meant to click on this one. It was a lot. And then speaking of like series and stuff, I just saw this on Twitter like maybe like a while before the stream started, that Titan season 3 cast Jay Licurgo as Tim Drake. I'm not sure if I said his name right. Let me get the screen up really quick. So there's going to be a Tim Drake in Titan season 3, and this is the actor who has been cast as Tim Drake. Since we're talking kind of about like DC series and stuff, he's going to be obviously another Robin character. Well, I don't know if we'll see him like in costume as a Robin character, but he is probably like, eventually going to be a Robin character if he's Tim Drake. So that's kind of interesting to know. Also, recently, it was revealed that the Joker was cast in Titan season 3, but there was no name given on who was cast as the Joker in Titan season 3. So Titan season 3 seems like it's going to be pretty good. They're going to have Red Hood, Joker now, I guess, Tim Drake. So I think season 3 is going to be pretty good. I'm definitely it's keeping me really interested in watching season 3. Joker and Steppenwolf will interact in Ayer cut. Is that not Zack Snyder's Justice League? Oh, okay. Is that what he said? Because he was talking a lot about that, and I thought he was saying that when he did additional photography for Zack Snyder's Justice League, that he also did some like just face only stuff to be used to interact with Steppenwolf. But maybe you're right. Maybe I misheard that. That it's going to be for the Ayer cut, not for Zack Snyder's Justice League. Let's see. Jay is also in the Batman. Jay? Yeah, he should be. I don't know. We'll see. I really hope the Ben Affleck thing moves forward. Yes, that's what Twitter said. Okay, finally some Tim Drake love in a DC series. Yeah, they better not mess up Red Hood. I think there will be pretty high expectations for Red Hood. And I'm going to be happy just to see Nightwing again in costume, because we just, we didn't really see him till like the end of, well, spoiler if you haven't seen it, the end of the series. Season 2 was better than season 1 in my opinion. Well, I like season 1 too, but there were just like some story issues for me with season 1, and like I I didn't really like I appreciate that finally in season 2 they got Starfire like better attire. Like I understand that in season 1 she was like trying to figure out who she was, but they didn't have to keep her dressed like that the whole season. It kind of bothered me. I love Brenton and Karan as Dick and Jason. Yeah, Brenton Thwaites is they're both that was really good casting decisions on both parts in my opinion. This guy looks nothing like Tim. Hope he can pull it off with the suit. Never heard of him either. Still can't wait for more Titans. Well, I mean, you could argue that you probably haven't heard of a lot of the people in Titans. There's not a lot of like household name actors in Titans. So I don't think not ever hearing of him is really an issue. Um, yeah, Titans my favorite. It is pretty good. It is pretty good. I'm looking forward to season 3 for sure. If you're able to greenlight an HBO Max series to accompany the Snyderverse, what story would you want to develop further? Good question. Story? Well, I definitely hope the Ben Affleck thing continues to move forward. I don't know. Besides Ben Affleck, I mean, if they're not going to, if it's going to be just like pulling teeth to get another Henry Cavill Superman movie, then I would. I mean, why don't they just do a series then for him? If it's going to be on HBO Max, like if they're afraid to do this movie and like, because of the general audience perception, whatever, then I think HBO Max maybe is more comfortable for them to do stuff that they're a little more afraid of the response for in theaters. If it's going to be like pulling teeth to get another Henry Cavill Superman movie, then I would be happy if they did like a series with him on HBO Max or something to finish his arc because, I just want to see him as Superman, besides just I know there's been the stories that he's signed, he's going to be showing up in other DC movies, but I want more of like Superman only stuff, you know what I mean? So, and I've said before I wouldn't mind if like Zack Snyder's stuff ends up living on HBO Max and they kind of move forward with other things in theaters. Like I don't mind that at all. I think if HBO Max is where it does the best, if it's where they give him the creative freedom, then that's a good thing. You think we'll ever see Doom Patrol in the Titan series again? Possibly. Maybe. They might have like, cameos in each other's show somehow, if it makes sense. I'm not sure. Maybe. Let's see who just joined us. What's up, Andrew? Thanks for joining us. We've kind of just been going over a lot of the stuff that was mentioned on Lightcast podcast last night and Titans since this actor, Jay Licurgo, I'm not sure how to say his last name, Licurgo, has been cast as Tim Drake in Titan season 3. Pretty interesting. All these Robins and Superman and Jokers and Batman. Can we get Jenny Quantum, Vixen, Clayface, Man-Bat? Yeah, that's true. They do have a lot of characters that they can make shows for, especially now that they have a lot, HBO Max. I think DC Universe was probably I don't think it was as like successful as maybe they wanted it to be. So I think maybe pulling things over to HBO Max might be a better place for them to be more successful. Yeah, the story issues were on Jeff Johns' part because they scrapped the original ending for the season 1 finale. I believe that. There were some story issues, especially like with Starfire and stuff, like trying to figure out who she is. And a lot of that for me was like lacking in season 1. And season 2 is a little bit better as far as like story issues, but I want a Batfleck series. I know, according to Taylor from Cultured Nerd, he it's going. But I do think it will be quite some time before we hear anything about it officially. What about Brandon Routh Kingdom Come Superman show? That has been talked about pretty often too. I wouldn't mind that. But I would mind it if it was like meant to be a replacement for Henry Cavill getting his own thing, his own movie or whatever. If that's the case, then they would piss me off. But if it's like in addition to, then that's fine. Especially because if they want to run with this multiverse thing, it should be fine to have both of them exist. What do you think about Constantine appearance in the upcoming The Sandman on Netflix? Do you think we're just going to see the dream, or we could see the other? I'm not a huge like I'm not a big fan of those characters like Constantine. I like Zatanna, but I'm not a big fan of like Constantine and Lucifer. Like I'm not really into those characters as much. Um but I know that a lot of people are. So, if they do a good job with it, then that's cool. That's good. Sorry, I'm just looking at some stuff I have written down. But I'm probably gonna get off in a few minutes, so we'll just end with a couple of things in the chat before we end for the night. All right, if we don't get a Batflix show, yeah, again, Taylor Murphy. I'm pretty confident in what Taylor Murphy has said about, um, what Taylor Murphy has said about that it is moving forward, but that it's like in pre-production right now. So it would take some time before we even hear about it officially. But I am confident that they're going to move forward with it.
Mommy, I really want lemon lime popsicle because I like banana.
Hold on just a second, guys. Okay, sorry. Henry Cavill's more of a movie person, not TV. Yeah, I agree. I mean, he does do series though. He did The Witcher. He's done series before. He was also in what was that? Tutors. So I can see him in a series if it's um, done the right way. What was I talking about? Oh, Constantine and all them. I'm not a big fan of those characters. Like, yeah, I do like Zatanna and stuff, but I'm not super into like Justice League Dark characters. But like I said, if they do a good job, then.
Sarah is the cat.
Then if they do a good job, then and people like it, then that's cool. But I just I mean, Brandon Routh, I don't know. If I think with Brandon Routh they would have a lot to like make up for, I guess you would say, because I think there's plenty of people like me who don't mind him as Superman, but like they want a better like movie or story for him, you know? So I think they'd have to convince people that it was better than it would be better than Superman Returns. Grace Randolph said Henry can be difficult to work with and that would hurt chances of more Superman. I did hear her say that too. I don't know. I guess it's possible. I mean, anyone can be difficult to work with, I guess. I'm not sure. I just watched Enola Holmes because of Henry. Yeah, that was one of the main reasons I watched it too. But I really liked it. I really did. And it would be cool to see more of him as Sherlock Holmes. So if we get Zack Snyder's Justice League 2 and 3 sizable Cavill cameos and at least 2 more movies, I'll be fine with that, even though I want. Yeah, I guess that's a good point. I would be happy if they do, let Zack finish his Justice League saga. I'd be happy with that too because that would be a lot of Superman stuff, which I guess he had kind of mentioned before that his universe was always supposed to start and end with Superman, and that Superman's arc was always supposed to kind of play out over those 5 movies, which would have been Man of Steel, BVS, and 3 Justice League movies. So, 3 Justice League movies, so 5. That maybe Zack wasn't really planning on doing like another Superman solo movie. If we got to see his arc play out that way, then I would think I would be happy with that too. And like you said, other cameos in other movies. So I'd be happy with that too. I'm happy that we get to see him the way he was supposed to be in Zack Snyder's Justice League. That's going to make me happy because it feels like we haven't really seen the true Superman in this universe since BVS, which was a long time ago. So, you know, I can't wait to see him for sure because it feels like it's been a long time since we've actually seen the Superman that we're really supposed to have in this universe. So I can get behind that. If we get at least one more Justice League and, he has some other cameos, I could be happy with that too. I really could. I would be more upset if they like recast him. That would make me more upset than, the cameos and stuff like that. So, all right, guys, I'm coming up on, some time here. So I'm going to have to go ahead and head out. But just a reminder before we leave, if you're interested in my merch, the link is in the description. You can get 15% off with code HIVE at checkout. So grab yourself, Snyderverse stuff, Hive Tribe, Super Hive, Dark Side stuff or whatever. There's more colors and stuff for most of the products. If you click on them, you can see different color options for most of them. So thank you guys so much. Also, don't forget that the link for the Autumn Snyder Tribute Fund, we passed the $50,000 goal, but as reporter Darkseid himself said, doesn't mean we can't continue it. So the link for that is also in the description and the link to my Twitter profile. You can follow me on there at SuperHiveDC. And also my Instagram, some people ask me if I'm on Instagram. I am on Instagram. I just changed my name to Brooks_Hive. So I don't really do a lot of my channel stuff on there. But some people do ask if I'm on there. You can follow me. You're more than welcome to follow me. Even though it's not really like a lot of my channel things on there. It's more of just like a personal account. But I'm on Instagram as well. So thank you guys so much. If you're new, make sure to subscribe. Leave a thumbs up. And, check out some of my other content if you're new to the channel. Thank you guys so much for being able to join me live. Shout out to Anthony from ACS Universe for popping in for a while. Go ahead and catch them right now on the 4 Nerds with Taylor Murphy. And thank you guys so much for the super chats. And stay safe out there. We'll see you next time. Okay, guys?